you have a wider vision of what you enjoy now that I think you seem to have more freedom. Okay, things are kind of merging and coming together, and your foundation is getting stronger. But with that additional freedom, you're also experiencing a lot more growth. So what you enjoy, or what you once enjoyed, it doesn't really tickle you in the way that it did before, because you're growing. You can see like the full picture, right? You can see, I saw a popsicle and a squirrel when I was getting ready for this reading, which I thought was really weird, but it's like, you can see that like the popsicle is like, yes, it's very enjoyable, and yes, it does like cool you down, right? So it might be nice every now and then, but also it has these other side effects that aren't really helpful. So like, as you're growing and as you're getting stronger in your will and in your, this is just an example, right? But as you're getting stronger in your will and your foundation is expanding, I think that the way that you take care of yourself in times of, when you really need to rest, or when you really just want to bed rot, it's like there's tension that is coming up within you about how to do that without hurting yourself further or making it worse, right? Knight of Cups and the High Priestess here. Knight of Cups and the Moon with that Ten of Swords at the bottom again. Nine of Swords. I wonder if like part of this too is just a general skepticism about like what other people are bringing to you, or like, I wonder if there's like a trust issue coming up here. I don't know why. Yeah, it's two of Pentacles here. Like, there's another thing that I just am kind of, I don't know, maybe picking up on here, that's like, while you're growing and expanding, and while you're changing your view on what you enjoy or what really feeds you, you're also maybe taking a look around you and saying, well, are these people good for me? Are these situations good for me? Have I planted the right seeds in the past? Have I surrounded myself with the right people? Like, there's something about this that's like, you're kind of looking all around you and saying, well, I don't know, I don't necessarily think that that's totally like, yeah, Page of Pentacles and the Empress. I don't know if like the trust issues are necessarily needed, right? I think that you can set that down. Okay, the Chariot to confirm that. Yeah, you can set that down. You can trust the people around you. Three of Pentacles confirming that. Four of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. But I think that like whatever you're bringing forward is really what you're insecure about. You're not really insecure about, you're kind of insecure about stepping out. And maybe the way that you are, maybe this first message about like how you're enjoying yourself, or how you're resting, or like what is actually, what things are actually good for me, right? What things am I doing to take care of myself that are actually taking care of me? These questions are super important, but it's kind of like when you're applying that to everything, there's something else going on there. What you're really insecure about at this time, or having a difficult time trusting, is whether or not you'll be accepted. So when this question extends outward to like, are these people good for me? Is this environment good for me? Like, that's not really the question here. It's, I think, maybe a solid distraction and excuse for you to look beyond and say like, well, I could go find something else, right? But in reality, I think that someone else is here. Yeah, kind of a good excuse for you to say like, well, let's just start over, right? But in reality, I think that there's someone here who actually wants to take care of you, right? I think that there's someone here who actually wants to help you with that foundation and give you a good time, right? Can you trust that? Can you just enjoy that? Can you just take the offering? Can you accept the compliment, right? Can you, Eight of Swords, that Knight of Wands on the other side, can you just enjoy yourself? Or are you too busy questioning Are you too busy questioning, is this good for me? Is this putting me back, right? Tell me about this thing that someone wants to bring in for collective. What is it that the collective would be missing out on if they stayed in this skeptical mindset? We have the Star. The Six of Swords, Death. This person quite literally wants to bring you back into a space where you can have your inner child just like as a part of your like being. A flourishing inner child. Okay, Death, the Star, Six of Swords, the Page of Cups. It's like, hey, let's just play. You know, when was the last time you just played? When was the last time you like, I'm seeing this person. It's funny because like I'm getting this vision of you. Okay, we've got a couple of things going on here. I'm getting this vision of you in a room with several other people, and you're kind of looking around and they're all having a great time, and you're just kind of watching them, just observing them. And there's not really anything going on behind your eyes outside of like just this awe of like, wow, they're enjoying themselves. You know what I mean? Five of Cups, the Emperor, Six of Cups, Seven of Cups, Two of Wands, the Sun, and the Eight of Wands with the High Priestess. We're going to stop there. Hang on. So it's interesting because I'm seeing you having moved on from a way of thinking or being, or, you know, this inner dialogue that is so familiar and so like comfortable, right? This way of talking to yourself that's like, well, this just does not work anymore. I just can't do this anymore. And you really put your foot down on that. And then moving past it is just like, well, the only other option here is just to be feverishly optimistic, right? With the Eight of Wands following the Sun and the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, it's making me think like, yeah, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. It's like there's gotta be good. Three of Wands and the Ace of Cups. It's like there's gotta be good that is on the other side of this decisive like pivot, like the will that I'm putting behind this pivot. I can't be for nothing, and it's not. And it is also required for you to accept what is being offered to you, which like I think the only reason it's, and just, you know, maybe I'm projecting here, or I don't know, I think that the only reason it's not trustworthy for you is because it's silly, you know? Like you have like this idea about like your inner child and like looking around at people and saying like, and just observing like how are they being so silly, is like maybe the only, like, how are they having so much fun, or like what is going on here? Maybe the only reason you're just kind of confused by it is because you've been so serious for so long. But in reality, with this Wheel of Fortune, when I split the deck, it's kind of like, I think that's the key, dude. I did split the Alchemy deck and get the Great Work Magnum Opus here, and I'm getting just this feeling of like, you have worked so hard on so many things, and one of those things happens to be still, like, I mean, I think a number of those things happen to be like still in progress. One of the ways to continue that momentum, to keep up what you've started, is to, you know, opening yourself up to like new forms of pleasure. Maybe not being so goal oriented is one of them, or maybe the goal being, you know, I'm just going to be silly. I'm just going to be dumb. I'm going to see how cringy I can get. You know, how cringy can I get? You know, how childish can I get without being harmful? You know, how playful can I get? Maybe that can be the goal, right? I think that is a huge part of this next chapter of just like general enjoyment and opulence and wealth. But here you are kind of juggling it back and forth. And that juggling, I think, is the very thing that would be keeping you away from making those connections that would open you up to, yeah, like you're too in your head. The card before that was the King of Swords. It's like you're too in your head about certain things. There's a new right way to do things. There's a new right way to do things Four of Pentacles. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.